So, the other day I saw this video um, where the guy was trying to make the argument that the independence of the continuum hypothesis from Zermelo-Fraenkel set theory, with or without the axiom of choice, so ZF or ZFC, either way, doesn't fucking matter. The independence of CH from ZFC, we'll just put it that way, means that you get to choose whether CH is true or CH is false. It's a very interesting interpretation of things here. So basically what he's saying is, because the axioms of Zermelo-Fraenkel set theory are insufficient to give us a determination on whether the continuum hypothesis is true or false, we can't conclude whether the continuum hypothesis is true or false. And thus, we get to just choose. Either way, whatever we want. That's what he's saying. Now, I have a problem with this, because now there's some fundamental denial about how logic works here, okay? And fundamentally, it should be obvious what's happening here is now you're basically just allowed to choose your religious doctrine. So the fundamental problem here with, from a logical standpoint, is within a logical framework, the things that you can say are true or false are related to the axioms that you choose, okay? If you don't have a complete set of axioms, obviously you're going to miss some stuff, right? If our axioms only talk about the color of trees, well, we're not going to be able to talk about the speed limit on the highway. It'd be really weird if you could get to that from there, right? So the speed limit on the highway is independent from this logical framework that we have, which can only talk about the color of trees. Okay, now this is just a weird random example, but that's the point, right? Zermelo-Fraenkel set theory is like the logical framework talking about the color of trees. It's really restrictive. It's only doing one little job over here. So having any expectation that it's going to be able to just randomly give us decisions on everything else is fucking insane. That's just unhinged. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that there isn't a speed limit on the highway. Whether or not this logical system that we just set up can determine what the speed limit on the highway is or should be, it doesn't make any sense. That's not a question that makes sense, right? Why should this logic be able to determine that? There's no reason that it should, okay? Obviously, they're disconnected from each other. And fundamentally, that is what is occurring with CH and ZFC. And this was demonstrated by Goodall and Cohen, right? That's what they did. But this person in this video is claiming that you now get to just choose. This is magical religious thinking, right? What we're doing here is what is obvious? I feel like this is obvious. What we're doing here is we are determining, we are allowed to choose our religious doctrines regarding how math works. That's what we're really doing here. Instead of actually going out and measuring shit, what you're doing is you're just falling into these philosophical debates about how good is your philosophy. You're not taking any measurements about how good your philosophy is. You're not going out and looking at, well, are the axioms that I chose actually any fucking good? what you're doing is you're like, well, these are the axioms I chose, so I'm stuck with them forever, and I can never question them. And what needs to happen is I can only work from them. And then when you run into questions that cannot be determined from those axioms, you kind of look at it side-eyed and you're like, oh, well, it doesn't matter then. I can just choose one way or the other. I can just make up a new axiom. Yes, CH is true, or yes, CH is false, and go from there. What? That's unhinged bullshit. What are you doing? Why are you like this?